Hello and welcome to the Microsoft Megabyte podcast for July 29th, 2021. Today, we're quickly going around the table and chatting with a few of the folks behind Discovery Expo 5.0, the digital training platform for Microsoft retail pros across the continent. And we're going to hear about what's in store this time around. So, hey, here we go. Okay, Ryan. So, as you know, I'm going around chatting with a few of our colleagues about what they're most excited about for Discovery Expo 5.0. So, I want to just take a couple minutes with you, probably literally like 2 minutes, and let's get that precious Team Canada perspective, Ryan. So, first of all, hi, how are you? Thanks for joining us. And secondly, what have you been working on for Discovery Expo 5.0?
Well, thanks for having me, Brian. It is real nice of you to bring that Canadian perspective here, and I'm glad you chose me to represent the Canadian perspective. So I'm going to do my best.
At this point, it's incumbent upon me to be honest and just lay the cards all out. I will also be speaking with Rav, who is also on your Canadian team. So I apologize that you did not know that already.
Well, I'm glad you chose me first. So
That's fair. Okay, let's keep going. Good.
Well, I mean, Rav's going to have some great insight. So what I've been working on is Discover and Go, which is a new segment that we'll be introducing in Discovery Expo, which is essentially people will be able to download this content really fast. They're quick, short videos. They introduce cool features about Windows. So you'll learn a lot of really cool, neat tips and tricks and a lot of great things that will help people get familiar with Windows 10 and also help get ready for Windows 11 and some cool features to that as well.
Great. So bite-sized morsels to help everyone who's out there do their learnings more efficiently, understand what they need to know about Windows 10 currently and Windows 11 in the near future, and then do it at their own pace.
That's right. And I want to point out that these features were looked at in terms of the field, and we pulled in the best features that we think you should know.
Yeah. And it is really exciting. I would love to. We've been talking about Windows 11 a bunch on the podcast lately, and there's still so much more to cover off on. So yes, those will be very valuable. Those are the Discover and Go. Okay, awesome. So then taking aside, what you've personally been working on, and it's okay if this is part of your answer as well, but the second part of this conversation is, what are you most excited about for Discovery Expo 5.0? What's in store for everybody?
For me, one of the biggest things about Discovery Expo that I personally enjoy is the level of interaction and community. I think that Discovery Expo is personally the best expression of Expert Zone because not only is it entertaining, but it's also just really it's just so quick in terms of reward. You know what I mean? There's so many rewards, but it's also nice to see community engagement. And also as someone who's done many streams and been really close with the community, it's nice to see them all just come together and basically do a Reddit experience where they talk about the best tips and tricks on how to get the best out of Discovery Expo. And they're like, oh, go over here and you'll get this token. Oh, where's this token? Oh, I found this. And then they just dogpile the comments on, and it's fun to see them strategize. One of the best memories I have is the mix and match game. There were pictures and videos made about how to get the most amount of points per session for mix and match.
Sometimes we worry that everyone out there, all the retail pros, won't be engaged enough, and so we worry a lot about making sure the content's right, making sure the prizes are right, and then you get the kind of things like you're talking about where it's oh, they engage 10 times more than we expected. And it's wonderful to see.
Oh, man, it's awesome. And that's going back to the question, why I'm so excited. I actually get excited every time I hear the words Discovery Expo and the conversations around it, because, again, it's just nice to see the community all jump in, get active, get social, and just try to, again, just come in and take as much out of the expo as they can. And then that's it. And then it leaves us after the end of Discovery Expo with a feeling like back in drama after doing a theater show. You're just left with this well, what do I do now with my life?
Awesome. Thank you. So Ryan J. Whitehead from Team Canada getting ready to listlessly wander off into the backwoods because he doesn't have purpose once his content creation is finished for Discovery Expo. And for that, we pity him, but we really appreciate the hard work he does.
Yes. Sorry. And thanks, eh?
Kyle,
Yes. Have we started?
I want everyone to know that I didn't edit that delay. That was the actual amount of time it took him to respond to me.
Hi, Brian.
Oh, he's back.
How are you?
This is the worst conversation anyone's heard on a podcast. I mean, I'm looking at the audio wavelengths and just seeing the massive gaps of silence.
Great.
Don't do that. Don't put on your automaton podcast guest persona.
I haven't thought of that.
Dang it. Listen, everyone, the only way to deal with this is just to blaze forward and just hope that he forgets that this is what he's doing.
Yeah, you betcha. I
am going to our different colleagues talking about Discovery Expo 5.0. And so I have just a couple quick questions for you, Kyle. Wow, a couple quick questions was harder to say than I thought it would be. Number one, what have you been working on for Discovery Expo 5.0? Where are your fingerprints all over this?
This is very exciting because Discovery Expo 5.0 is the first time we get to use this platform to talk about Windows 11. And that has been my life since returning to the retail space. From 2019 until July of this year, I've been the commercial trainer for the United States and Microsoft. In fact, we've had a couple conversations where we talked a little bit about Office and Teams from a little bit of that, for business mindset. But now I'm fully back on the retail side, and we are 100% focused, at least I am, on Windows 11. So I've been able to talk to you and Alex and Megan and a few others, actually demonstrating what's happening with this new operating system coming later this year, show off some early release builds, and talk about who these different brand new features are going to be the most relevant for.
And I know that you might be repeating yourself from an earlier episode, but just to highlight, what about Windows 11 are you most excited about? Like, based on all the trainings you've done and the deep dives into the early builds and stuff, what component do you really think is going to land real strong and help RPs sell new devices?
I think first and foremost that the entire redesign of what Windows looks like. And it's a smaller redesign than previous, leaps and changes that we've seen when we went from 8 to 10 or even 7 to 8. But it's more around a refreshed start menu and desktop with a lot of changes that are about efficiency and discoverability and familiarity and ease of use. Rather than jamming as many exciting bells and whistles into a brand new product, it is about saying Windows is designed to help you get closer to the things that matter to you in a way that is faster and easier. You are not looking at your computer and feeling stressed about the work that it's making you do or the effort that's going to have to be put into it to get what you want out of it. It's just going to be a quick and easy bridge to the things that matter to you.
Yeah. We talk about that sense of calm and everything, and that's really starting to shine through the more and more I get to see of Windows 11. So, okay, cool. Now, you talk about Discovery Expo for a minute specifically. You say this is really your first big leap into Discovery Expo. So what are you most excited about from the user's experience? What people are going to be taking away from it? I mean, what excites you about Discovery Expo 5.0?
I'm going to be really selfish in my answer to that. The thing that I'm most excited about with Discovery Expo 5.0 is, like I said, I'm back from commercial. So a lot of this is new to me. I have not had a lot of experience in the last 2 years working with retail pros who are known for their energy and enthusiasm on that sales floor. Mm-hmm. And I'm not familiar yet with how we're currently talking to customers and what the pain points are for certain customers. So this is as much a learning experience for me as it is for attendees for Discovery Expo. I'm also excited because I'll get to absorb a lot of the different product categories I have not touched in 2.5 years. So I'm excited to learn everything there is to know about Surface and Xbox. Believe me, Azure and Autopilot and Teams are very exciting and important facets of what Microsoft does, but they don't have the pop and wow factor on the Surface that Surface does. So I'm excited to learn a lot about that. And I'm excited for our attendees. This isn't going to be a hugely Surface focused Discovery Expo. It's a lot about our OEM partners and Windows 11, but I'm excited for what we'll learn across the entire ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Kyle Van Son, thank you so much. And everyone out there listening, just remember, it's really important because now it's your responsibility to make sure that Kyle has a successful and enjoyable Discovery Expo, because really it's all about him.
Thank you, Brian. And thank you everyone for acknowledging my needs.
And now we move on to my favorite enemy, Alex Humble. Alex, how are you?
Hey, Brian, I've been doing.
Alex, we just don't have time. We just don't have time. We just don't have time.
Let me tell you how I've been doing. Okay.
What have you been working on for Discovery Expo 5.0, buddy?
Hey, Brian, it's been the same thing you've been working on, guy. So you and I have been working on scripts. That's right. I'm flipping this around on you. This is what we've been doing. We've been doing scripts. We've been doing these great videos, working on our green screen chops, and just, really churning through these videos. One of the fun things for those of you who have no idea what Discovery Expo is, we decided all to wear plaid this time around. So that's been kind of fun.
So I just want to make sure I'm getting this correctly. Your favorite part, or what you've been contributing to Discovery Expo 5.0 is green backdrops and Portland style attire.
Yeah, that's right. When I got the briefing for this podcast, I was told to bring that spicy flavor, and so that's what I'm doing, Brian. I'm giving the audience a behind the scenes look at what goes into Discovery Expo. But you actually bring us to a good question, and that's what I'm most excited about with Discovery Expo 5.0.
So, Alex, what would you say you're most excited about for Discovery Expo 5.0?
Brian, I feel like you've probably asked that question a few times. Does anyone turn it around and ask you what you are most excited about for Discovery Expo 5.0?
They haven't, and they won't. It's against the rules.
Well, Brian, if you want to know what I'm most excited about, it's where we've taken what I consider my biggest contribution, whether you out there like it or not, it's where the puppets are going. That's right. I am the father of these puppets. I was the one who first figured out that they could be brought into existence. You saw Brian and I in the early days of Discovery Expo, seasons 1 through 3. We were really the voice of the puppets, and it's broadened, and we've expanded the scope so much to include, additional actors, professionals, professional motion capture. So that's been pretty exciting to see where that's going. But I really like that while we're doing, sort of our normal thing, talking Windows 10, Windows 11, the puppets they've sort of gone crazy in Discovery Expo 5.0.
They've taken on a life of their own, and they're quickly they have fan favorites for each puppet. And we don't know what they're going to do from here on out. They're driving. They're in the driver's seat as far as we're concerned.
They really are. They've got their own little jobs now, and some of them take it incredibly seriously. And as the father of puppets, that's something that just warms my heart to see.
Well, Alex, you really brought the goods this time. I think to just do a recap, you can't wait for more plaid shirts, and you love the whole Sesame Street approach that things are going.
Really do.
Alex, thank you. Okay, let's head up north again because we need more of this Canadian perspective. And it's really great to see that, in the past, the US team and the Canadian teams, we didn't spend a lot of time working on the same projects together. And throughout the last crazy couple years, we've had to necessarily start cooperating more and more. And I think honestly, the output represents that. It's just a higher quality. And look, Rav, I'm trying to say, I'm not too ashamed to admit it. The Canadian team produces good stuff. And so I think it's so great for us to ride on your coattails.
No, I appreciate the feedback and the enthusiasm for the Canadian team here. But I will say, I've looked at some of your content, some of the other U.S. team content, and there's a lot that I always try to strive for and improve myself as well. And you guys do some great stuff, down south there as well.
I appreciate that you understood that I was just baiting you to return the compliment there. So that was nice. That was really good.
It worked out phenomenally.
Rav, we're just going real quick to talk about Discovery Expo 5.0. A couple questions for you. Number one, what have you been working on? What's your area of contribution for Discovery Expo 5.0?
So what we've been working on here is the Discover and Go section, or the Discover and Go content for Discovery Expo 5.0. So this is definitely something that's a little bit newer coming in for this 5th iteration of Discovery Expo. With this content, what we're trying to do is allow people to get that option to consume that content no matter wherever they are, whenever they want, as opposed to the live stream. I mean, we did have downloads of the live stream after the fact, but it's usually not the same experience that you get when you are tuning in live and being able to chat and comment. But we wanted to try something new, and we've been working really hard on the Discover and Go content, a lot of Windows focused stuff, especially with the upcoming launch of Windows 11 coming.
Excellent. And then second, beyond that, I mean, it might be hard for you not to mention Discover and Go in this answer, but I want you to really think broadly. What are you most excited about for participants to experience in Discovery Expo 5.0, considering, the season that we're in and, everything we've been through? What stands out to you?
Definitely going to mention the Discover and Go there. I mean, the reason why we're doing the Discover and Go is based off of the feedback that we got during Discovery Expo 4.0. I mean, there was a lot of people that said, hey, I have a hard time, catching some of these live streams. So we wanted to change it up a little bit and definitely get Discover and Go out there and just try it out for this one. And we'll take that feedback afterwards. But beyond that, there's just so much more to be excited about. Our partners have actually joined in with, AMD, also offering some amazing prizes. HP also offering some amazing prizes, but some great content to come with that as well. So that's going to be really cool to showcase and see. And then beyond that is, we're building a little bit of a narrative. I know during the live streams during 4.0, we built up, these narratives around these puppets, but I think it's going to take a whole new level. And I don't want to give too much away there, but I'm really excited to see how that's going to pan out.
Yes, we've already alluded to that briefly before, and I think we'll suffice it to say these puppets are they're taking on a life of their own a lot quicker than we thought they would.
Yeah, I mean, just give them some AI and we're all in trouble. So
we don't know. We're just being really polite to them because we want them to be generous to us when they do the ultimate takeover of humanity.
Yeah, when they become our overlords there. Yeah.
All right, Rob, from up north in the Canadian team, we really appreciate you giving us your time today.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and to everyone else, we'll see you out there in Discovery Expo 5.0. And I hope what Rav was mentioning really helps build your confidence in the importance of your feedback, because significant changes have been made to the platform version after version, iteration after iteration, and keep that feedback coming so that we can encourage Rav to work harder on incorporating the feedback while we eat bonbons and baked goods down here. You understand, right, Rob?
Oh, yeah. 100%. I'm working away, but hey, send me some of those bonbons. I want to try some of those out as well.
You're breaking up, Rav. You must be driving through a tunnel. Thanks so much. This has been the Microsoft Megabyte Podcast, a training tool for Microsoft field team members and sales professionals across the country, produced by Microsoft employees.